Hey guys, Joebizz34, aka Ron, is back for another video. And as I promised, I said I would continue to show you my custom Jasons. And it was funny because after I posted the part 6 and 7 yesterday, one of the, I think it's Horror Fan Killer, said, you should do a part 9. Well, here he is. I did do a part 9. And like I promised, I said I would put him in a video this week. So I'll get back to him in a minute. I'm going to try to do things in the right numbered order at this point. So let's start with part 8. Now this is a very endearing figure for me. Now he is in no way perfect. I know there's other customizers out there that have possibly, some have done better than me, some maybe not. But this figure represents my first full custom figure that I put together. I didn't have a Sideshow one to work with this time. Sideshow never made a part 8. And I wanted to create my own, and I wanted it to be the first Jason that I ever did. So, you know, I used other, you know, I saw other customs, I saw other people out there doing it and doing a great job with it. And I kind of used that as kind of like a backdrop or kind of like a something to go by, you know, as a guideline. And I kind of wanted to put my own flavor to it too. So he's on a Hot Toys body, on an advanced True Type body, an older one, not the newer ones like now, like an older one from a few years ago. And I had to come up with he wasn't cheap to make because I had to come up with everything from scratch because, like I said, I had no Sideshow one to just redo. This was, you know, all from scratch. So I got the body. I ended up getting the mask. I got the clothes and dyed them. Actually, this figure went through several variations, and if you look at my threads, you look back on my threads on Sideshow, you'll see that he started off very different. He went through about 3 phases to get to this point. Because as I was learning, I was kind of using this figure as the guinea pig. You know, at first he had a thinner body, he had a different mask that I had customized. Then I beefed him up, I changed the clothes, I made the clothes more accurate to the movie. And then I went and re-dyed the clothes again and turned it from like a green color to more of a bluish black color, which was more accurate to the movie. Because a lot of people make him with black clothing, this version of Jason, but in actuality, it's a bluish, like a dark navy bluish color outfit. But it's so, you know, wet and messy that it does appear in the nighttime scenes, especially as more of a black. So I get the black color. I wanted to kind of go a little different. So as you could see, there he is. Now this little head accessory here that I did. Try to zoom in on there. That actually was just luck. I had another figure that was, I bought a bunch of just like bodies a while back, and one of the bodies came with this head sculpt, and he just, to me, looked like the guy, I think his name was Julius, which was the boxer that boxes with Jason on the roof in New York, and he punches his head off, and his head falls into a garbage pail. So I looked at this figure, I said, wow, that looks like Julius. So I basically weathered him up a little bit, kind of turned his neck into a decapitated head, and made him a nice little cute accessory. The base is custom too. That sticker, it's another evil face I got from him to make the base. Once again, because there are no Jason Takes Manhattan bases for real. The axe that he's holding here actually came from the Mezco, I think part 7 Jason that I had, and I didn't really like that figure too much, but I ended up using parts from it, and that's the axe. I kind of like the axe. It's nice and big and menacing. And as you can see, the outfit, very, very weathered, very detailed. I tried to be very specific with this guy. I sculpted the arms, and I painted the arms, and I sculpted underneath the body, the chest. Any exposed skin area that you see, I basically sculpted, including his little shoulder peeking out here. Sculpted the head sculpt completely. This is a complete original. This was my first attempt at sculpting, so be nice. This was a few years ago. There's the back where a little bit of his back is showing there. That was, he's wearing one of those rubber ones like, you know, like the part 7 comes with, and the part 9 that I'll get into. So this is it, and you know what, I might be selling him soon too. Although he's my first figure, I kind of find it very hard to give up. I'll show you the sculpt underneath. It's not the best. Like I said, it wasn't the best sculpt. It was my first attempt, but there it is. And I wanted to make him look kind of, you know, like he did, like when he was melting. And it's like I said, I'm working on a better sculpt right now for a future part 8 that I'm going to try to put together to beat this one. and the head sculpt will be a lot more defined in this. But you know, how hard can you screw up a face that's melting in toxic waste and acid and stuff? You know, so I figured, you know, it's good enough. And like I said, you know, it was my first attempt. It's not great, but you know, I usually display them with the mask on, so I don't really, doesn't bother me too much. All right, so moving on, this is my part 9. Now, this is a Sideshow figure, once again, reworked. And I have to give credit to another man out there, if he watches this video. He goes by False, which is actually spelled F-A-L-5-E. A lot of you guys might know him. He has a store, and he does do business on Sideshow. He sells, like, hot toys and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the hot toy figures that you see me review, I've gotten from him. He is local. He had a store in Westfield, New Jersey, and I believe he's going to be opening a new store soon. So look him up on the boards, man. He's got sale threads. He's a great guy. I do anything for him. Me and him became good friends, and he's the one that actually I bought this figure off of. He had started to customize it, but he didn't finish it. He dyed the clothing, so he sold it to me for a really reasonable price, and I took the ball and ran with it. And I re-sculpted the head, so I basically added around, kind of similar to what I did to the part 7. So as you can see, he kind of looks like a big brain, but that's how he looked like in part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. So I added, that's all original sculpting around the mask to kind of make it meatier. I altered the mask to have that blown out eye and darkened out one of the eyes, as you can see there. See if I can get in there and really zoom here. See, there you go, look at that. All right, so that's all painted and redone by me. And like I said, the outfit is a perfect color blue that he had in the movie, and I can't take credit for that. False did this first. He had dyed the clothing and started to weather it himself. I finished it. I dyed it and weathered it. I didn't dye it. I just weathered it further, added the holes and the blood stains, and I kind of beefed him up a bit, beefed up his head, put it on a different body. It's not on the original Sideshow body. And I added all this blood and all these rips to his legs and stuff, blood to the shoes, and of course these are the original accessories he comes with, like the dagger that I guess they stab him with that sends him to hell at the end, and of course the infamous cameo of the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead, which is so disappointing because it was such a hint to bigger and better things that were going to come. You know, that with that whole Freddy versus Jason versus Ash thing that never happened, and I think they were starting to plant the seeds by showing this book in the movie. It would have been a great tie-in to Jason too. They could have had a whole story about how the Book of the Dead had something to do with him coming back to life and all that too. I mean, it would have been a great fit. Now, I also added hair. It didn't have the original hair that Sideshow gave it. I think, I don't know if False removed it or it was already gone, but I added my own hair to it, okay, as you can see there. So he's got some of that hair seeping through and showing there. And I wanted it, you know, not too much, just a hint of it, like in the movie where, you know, you could see he used to have more and it kind of like rotted away or burned off or whatever. So, and the heart. Now, I didn't have the heart accessory. He didn't have it when he sold it to me. So I actually sculpted this. I made the heart, okay? Sculpted it myself, painted it, and I basically glued it on his hand so that he kind of is permanently holding it, because I would always just display him like this. So there you have it. And I did something cool with the neck, with this body. I have it where he can kind of look up, you see? Let me zoom out. There you go. Come on, there we go. So, because I wanted to kind of be able to mimic the scene where he kind of looks up at the grenade coming at him that blew him up, even though it was before his eye was blown out. But it's kind of cool where you can pose him. I don't know if you can notice as much on the camera, but he's kind of got that staring up at the sky look, which is kind of cool. And one last little thing. I sculpted and added some blood to the knife dripping down, as you can see there. So he's got some guts and blood that starts to drip off his knife. I wanted to go really gory with this one. So that was a cool thing. And it's the first time I tried something like that. I never had seen anybody do that, so I figured I'd try something new and goop it, you know, show the blood gooping and the guts from what he just cut through was hanging off there. Love the blood and guts, yeah. So anyway, that's my Jason Part 9. That's my redone Sideshow. So you got one redo and you got one complete custom from head to toe that I'm, like I said, not the greatest, but I'm proud of it nonetheless. It's my original baby, man. It's what started it all. And, you know, I've gotten some mixed reviews. Some people say it's great for a first attempt. Other people, you know, maybe didn't care for it as much, but I'm proud of it. And you know what? That's all that matters. So that's it. Till next time, I'll be back showing the remainder of my Freddy's and Sideshows. I have a couple more, I think one more Jason to show you. And that's it. All right? Till next time, guys. Peace out.